Here, final day of the opening interview of X Empire. Here today, first time ever meeting Whitney for the first time. Known her
Hey
for a
y'all.
while, so we're here today to speak of our growth and my career and with her new shoe brand coming up, and then I have business cards coming soon. So, what is the what's on the scoop?
Well, we're up and coming artists. I would like to know, how did you start? What was your starting point? You knew you were going to do something special in the world.
3 years old, watching Michael Jackson and Fred Astaire at all how I became from who I am in this different time of reality. Seen the change and all, but now my chapters change from who I am to who I'm going to become in lifetime. I'm keep going and keep striving for what I'm going to go to.
Definitely. You can never give up. No matter how many times someone says that you can't do it, that's something that's inside of me. There's so many people that have told me that I can't do it, that I can't be, especially like where I am. I'm not completely far to the point where I want to be. I'm just starting out. But everybody told me the negative people told me that I could not get to where I am today. But here I am. I got a shoe line. I've got something starting out. This is just the beginning. So when I started out, I was just messing around with videos. I just wanted to make people laugh. I'm a wife and I'm at home all the time. I do have a lot wrong with my health. You probably couldn't tell it by looking at me, but I don't let that stop me. I focus on the positives. That's the one thing that you can do in life that will help you is focusing on the positives. If a negative happens, you have to replace it with something positive.
Yeah,
Definitely. So when people told me, you can't do it, I said, watch me. And so now here I am. I know 17.5 thousand isn't a lot, but I'm going toward that million.
just the beginning of how reality starts with how you want to build success and what you're going to pull through and everything. Be more creative out of your mindset.
Definitely. You have to manifest it, right?
Yes.
Definitely.
So
Was the manifestation a part of your journey?
everything what I've been through and all tough times, even coming up as a child, been through a lot, but I made a mindset of how to think outside the box of how we're living in the matrix, just to be more creative and just fly, just to be more in control of how time works. So with my dancing, that's how I accomplish more of who I am, and then how I can build up to what I'm going to become more in the next life of chapters. I can only carry myself in life, and we should all do that too.
Most definitely. So, what all kind of dancing? Explaining it to people that haven't seen your dance. It's amazing, by the way, y'all. If y'all have not seen his dancing, you should go check it out because he's got something special. You can see the spark every time he dances. So, what kind of dancing would you describe that you do?
In a powerful way, it's just to send a message, but it brings out the everything what you're going to go do. And crumping, I do a little jujitsu, martial arts, just to mix it up. A little Michael Jackson, a whole lot of Chris Brown, but I make a little powerful effect. You never know the world we're living in now. We have power on the inside of our animality, but just have to bring it out and just be more certain that how we're gonna build up just to make a move by having the next move on top of that move. I just try to make up whatever comes to my mind and just go for it. Even the last performance I had, I jumped off the stage and I conquered that jump, and then I just continued to dance more.
That is so awesome. I've got to catch one of your shows. Is there any shows coming up that you might be able to tell the people that you're going to be doing? Maybe they can come and see you.
Soon, April the 27th and 26th, I'll be performing at the Bright Hopewell Church, located in Lombard, Sunday afternoon and Saturday evening on Bright Hopewell. Can't miss it. I'll be a part of the line dancing group with my own freestyle. There'll be line dancing, and I'll be performing after, and then I'll be performing Sunday Easter morning at a breakfast youth club. It's always Sunday rise. It's just a memory. I'll be praise dancing to "The Hills" by Travis Green. It's one of my favorite songs. And after I leave here and everything, I'll be performing and recording 4 more videos are going to be soon in development. I dropped one tonight. It's called Crawl by Chris Brown. You'll see it on my YouTube channel.
Y'all heard the man. Go check him out. Um, One thing that I do want to do is I want to start incorporating some of our community in what I do. That's one of the reasons why I created my shoes. Most of the profits are going to be going toward the community or people out there that need help. So I did the first sale that I did. I have to pay the people to make them for the materials and everything. So for each shoe, I get $20 per pair of shoes. So for the first $20, I did a giveaway on my TikTok. I told people to pick a number. I wrote the number down. I showed it to my daughters, and at 8 o'clock that night, I ended up, doing the draw, and a girl won. And the beautiful thing about TikTok, what I do on TikTok is there are people from so many places, and it opens your mind up to so many things. You get to see all the people that support you. They have families, they work so hard, and they have so many different stories, so many different things that they've been through. So one of my most important things is getting people together and getting people on the same page, regardless of beliefs, regardless of background. The world would be such an amazing place if we could just, get together. And it's going to take a lot of work. I do know that. It's going to take a lot of work.
It's going to be residual on how you work together and pull each other's weight. We all lead the same, but we have to just carry on in the way that how God would want us. That's how He created us, and that's how He wanted. If it's not going to be His way, then how it's going to make it your way is just to live life and how you're supposed to live it. Life is going to be life. You just have to still keep moving forward.
Most definitely. Absolutely. 100% agree. I'm telling you, it's going to be amazing. And I think this is a beautiful start, what we have going on here. And through your work and through my work, as we grow in the future, as we do collabs together, you're going to see us in each chapter that we go on. And it's going to be something special.
Can't wait. Soon I'll be opening my own dance studio. It might be located in Lombard, but maybe somewhere further in Fayetteville. And then I'll soon have my own radio station. And starting back from where I left off 15 years ago, we'll be starting back X Empire Live. And never know, we might collide again with another live X Empire podcast interview, part two, coming real soon. Never know.
Definitely, definitely. I have a feeling we'll cross paths again.
This time we'll have more open people, maybe on the phone, live interviews, just to see what they got to say and everything. Go, just bring it all over the worldwide, just to hear their voice and their compliments.
Definitely. So how are you the radio station? How'd you come about that idea?
Me and my friends wanted to speak more of the pride and what's going on in the world now, how the generation changed from what it used to be when it used to be all peaceful before we realized what we're going to go through as growing up until now. So we want to put that out there. Me and my friend HBZ and the rest of my crew, we just want to make a difference to change, just to tell them that we're not like others. But mindset, how things are now, hell is real and so is heaven. And there are demonic things out there that's possessing other people just to turn on us. But we have to fight those no matter the consequences and the challenges we have to go through. We just have to keep going and present from what's going to happen and what's going to happen. I mean, you just have to be sensational in life and just do what we have to do just to grow for yourself. Can't nobody carry you but yourself and God Himself. He can only guide you on what's going to be in the next chapter. When every page turns, and when every it's not even about the age; it's about how you live life itself. Because this world is going to be different from how we see things now in our third eye of reality of time.
That is exactly how I see it. That is mind blowing. That is exactly how I see it. You're a star seed. I don't know if you know that or not, but you're a star seed. You're put here to make a difference in this world. Most definitely. You're gonna make some big changes, and I see that.
I mean, I believe all of them. When I see it's going to be big, and only the person who you can believe in is yourself. If nobody else believes in you, you can believe in yourself and just make that change. We're here to change the world, but more than beyond the world, what we're going to see and how we're going to see it now.
Definitely. And through each experience we go through, it's a learning experience, and it also gives us a little bit of a tough shell. But there's so much going on in here, you know. Um, Recently, I've faced battle after battle after battle after battle, and especially with my health. Um, and one of the biggest things is there's something in all of us. Each of us, God has given us each of us. God has given each of us our own purpose. So no matter what happens, He's with us through it all. Most definitely, I believe that He's guiding us and He's shining us on. He's shining light on the path that we need to go on. All we have to do is listen.
It's more than just the light itself. It's just the guidance of how He'll reveal of who we really are and what we're going to really see and how we're going to walk the path that's already been shown us from just the beginning. Just the beginning and the end of time itself. You just have to make that choice and keep it balanced. It's just your choice on how you want to live and let nobody else control you. You have to win and everything you do is just keep winning. We're not running this race alone. We're all in it at the same time.
Hmm. Definitely, we together. I couldn't do what I do without everybody that I know. I couldn't do it without anybody in my, in my group. Even um, people that I don't know are slowly coming over. Everybody's slowly trickling over, and even though I just met them, I couldn't do it without them. I, I'm so thankful to each and every person that has chose to watch what I do and cheer me on through my darkest moments. And I know that God sent those people my way because He knows that's exactly what I needed. I never had people to support me like that growing up, and now I'm 33 years old and I'm finally starting to find my family. You don't have to be blood to be family.
Only some family will support you, and but some will hold you back and won't believe that you don't have the strength or the courage just to be on your own. They've been out in this world before, but now we have to find out how life is itself. And if we don't find out how life is itself, then what's the use of having a purpose? But then don't let that stop you. Don't listen to others. Listen to yourself, your own mindset, and then you'll make it through. You'll pull through. Only you have the beliefs of your mind of how you want things to go the right way and never the wrong way. But if you live wrong, you're gonna go through some tough challenges. So I believe that everything will make a difference if we just keep peace and everything else, and how our mindset is set to be. It's not the time, because time is unlimited, and we're just shooting through on how the future is really going to grow and fly.
And energy never dies. It sure doesn't. It's scientifically proven that energy does not die.
Science itself is beyond from what it is, how you create things, build things, and use your mind and creativity and how you see things in a pattern, not just how it is, but how it's going to be.
Right. The one thing that I've focused on so much is the positive energy, like you said, good over evil, it always wins. So, no matter the chapter we're in, there's always going to be good. There's always going to be, rough times. There's always going to be bad times. It's just a matter of how we handle it. And I think everything that we've been through in life has prepared us to the moment that we are in now.
And we're fully prepared for everything that we have to accomplish and everything how we see things. No matter the days and nights or how the moon and the sun shines, we will see on how we're gonna just wake up ourselves and to see that today's gonna be a good day and just have a positive, residual, sensational mind of how we live to be happy. Only nobody can make you happy but yourself and God Himself.
Amen. So, what are your goals in the future?
Just to build up what I've always imagined as me as a little kid and still dance, but be more creative. Soon I might have my own shoe thing too. I'll buy my own shoes and create them and put my own picture and my own signature on it. Ex Breezy. Maybe design jackets and shirts and pants and maybe shoes and stuff for the babies and wives and kids. You never know. And soon I'll be a photographer. I take pictures to shootings and all for any event. So if y'all need any photos or I'll soon have my business cards coming real soon. My contact and email is on the card.
Y'all definitely check him out, please. He's very artistic, and he has an eye like no other. So please check him out. I'm gonna have to probably get you to do some photo shoots for my family when you start that. So you definitely hit me up.
I mean, I've been shooting photos since 14 years, so I've been making a whole lot of progress with others. Whoever needs a photo shot, I'm your man.
We're definitely gonna have to give you a call. When I started my shoes, let me tell you, when you start your own shoe line, when I started my shoes, these are my shoes. When I started my shoes, I didn't exactly know how well it was gonna go. I just went for it. I had a good heart and mind, and I guess God and faith took hold, and people are really starting to check them out, and they're starting to roll. So far, I've got 4 sales on them, and that's amazing. That's more than I thought I was gonna get. Just just because of an idea. I know everybody else was doing T-shirts and hoodies, and I wanted to do something different.
Shoes.
Right. So I thought back, and I was like, put your foot forward to make something happen. That's the saying I have on all my hoodies, which, goes with the shoes. And I highly believe, you have to put your foot forward to make something happen. Something's not going to happen with you just sitting there. So you have to keep putting that foot forward. And it also, with mental health, it also ties into that too because I do have PTSD. I do have OCD. I'm manic depressive, and I don't take any medicine for none of it.
It's not going to control the only you can control
That's
what
right.
how you feel. The medicine will change who you really are. If you take it, you're not going to be yourself.
That's
You're going to be a
exactly
straight up
right.
zombie. And I have autism, but the medicine they give me, I choose not to take it because I want to have full control of my mind and body. If you're going to be tired, only you can rest when you need it. And if you're not tired, you can still have a full mindset of how your mind want to works itself without that medicine.
That's right, and it's a lot to take in whenever you first starting to realize you can control it to a certain extent, and when you need breaks, when you need a timeout, when to get yourself back up, and I talk to myself, and I'm like okay, you've laid around enough, you've laid in this room enough, it's time to get up. you know, I tell myself to quit feeling sorry for yourself. I tell myself to get up, and I push myself a little too hard sometimes. But it's necessary, which everybody has their own, mental health condition
Condition.
they deal with. And So everybody only knows their self. So for me personally, I had to keep putting that foot forward um, through everything that I've been through in life. It seems like traumatic stuff has always been attracted to me, and it was a lot to kind of I alchemized I was an alchemist in turning that pain into something good, and it was hard, but I did it. And the shoes also stand for all the miles that I've walked through life in order to get to where I am today. Because when I was younger, even people that were taking care of me, they would say, you're not going to live till you're 18, you're not going to live till you're 21. I had left home when I was 14. So I walked everywhere. I walked where I needed to be, and I worked really, really, really hard to get to where I needed to be. I worked really, really hard to, get everything that I needed. I did everything myself, and then when I started doing TikTok, I was at that point I was so not used to having everything myself, but for people to sit there and give me their time and give me their energy, that is something that I could never replace.
With the compliments and the views and how they see how you're enjoying every moment, you're making a success for yourself and what you change.
I appreciate that. I do. I admire you too. I do. I admire you because you've come so far, and I see you going places. I see it, and it's not going to be long. You keep moving forward, like like I say, keep putting your foot in front of the other, and you're gonna start seeing amazing things happen.
Because every success is a memory. Every moment counts. You just have to keep going. Every moment I make count. I make sure I never leave anybody behind who I will never forget, especially my family. They've done a lot. My mother carried me enough, and now it's time to carry myself. I still will, support my friends, but I have to do for me now. I have to carry my time and do for my time. Can't never waste. There's nothing wrong with doing for others, but it's draining the time you have to do for yourself just to enjoy every moment in life of the unlimited time that you have. But just make a difference and push to what you can accomplish in the mindset of how God will show you all what's always been there in front of you. That clear cross path what we have to go through.
Definitely, definitely, and it seems like the people that have that vision, like us, the people that have that vision are faced with crossroads every day. Do you experience that?
Off and on from at that had a little overdose. I said 14 years ago. I still remember waking up in the hospital, but I wasn't here on earth. I saw the other world. I saw my grandma, but she didn't look how she looked it here. She looked it different. And when I came back, I started experiencing supernatural things. I see it now and then, but sometimes I keep it to myself. People think I'm crazy when I see things, but it's real.
I completely
So
understand because I see them too. I can I now my mom my mom did have gifts. There was a time she told me a story. She had went to the other side, and she had seen her dad that had passed on, and he said it's not your time yet. He took her, uh, you know,
back
she
to a portal that was
right.
already open.
He pushed her, and all of a sudden she said she slammed into her body, and she felt the heaviness again, and she said, "I want to go back home," but he told her it wasn't her time yet, so she said, "Okay, I'm gonna do what I have to do." It wasn't long after that, like how you had been to the other side. It wasn't long after that my mom was dreaming, and she had lifted out of her body, and a lot of people wouldn't understand it if they haven't
It's like a
been through it.
meditation. You can actually do that.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And she had come out of her body. She was eating throughout the time. There was a motorcycle accident way down the road, and when she came back into her body, she came crying to her mom. This was back when they didn't have cell phones or anything, so there's no way she would know this. She went crying to her mom and said there was a man on a motorcycle. He got into a really bad accident. Neighbors had called my grandma and said, uh, there was someone in a motorcycle accident down the road, and my grandma looked at my mom and her mouth dropped open. And so it, it's you have different people with different gifts. I can sense energy, and I've I've been through a couple of near death experiences in my lifetime too. Um, as a matter of fact, I used to be a really bad alcoholic, and I used to. There were quite a few times when my husband he had to shake me to get me to come back to, and I wasn't breathing, and he said he had to push on my chest, and then and I didn't go to the hospital, but he was able to get me back. Um, this happened after my mom passed away, and I was not in a good frame of mind at all. I was not in a good frame of mind. My mom, she had passed away. Um, well, she had went missing November 6th. The day after Christmas, my mom was found in a creek, and I remember the day before Christmas, I prayed to God all day. I just wanted to mom because the not knowing is the hardest part. Not knowing where the person is the hardest part. And I pray the hardest I've prayed my entire life. I just wanted to know. Day after Christmas, we got a call, and she was found in a creek in Aberdeen. Her name was Amy Sands, and I'm doing what I do now. Uh, a good portion of it in her memory. I just want to make her proud because she was such a positive influence. She did battle bipolar, the best parts of her and me, and I do all the positive things. I try to spread all the love that I can in her memory. So I think it's important to um, you know, make the loved ones that have passed. I think it's very important to make them proud. And I know, you know, from where they're at, they're smiling at us because we're making them proud,
Yeah.
and we're not gonna stop.
Even with my father 4 years ago, I still remember every moment I had with him before he got hit in the head by the cops. He was still in his right mind at that time. But after that, he didn't remember who me and my sister was. And that's when I dislocated my knee at work. I still have that pain in my leg, but after we got that call that he was gone, and there in front of looking at him in that casket, it just didn't seem real. But I know he was at peace, but he didn't understand why did they do that to him.
Right.
Even with my best friend, who I lost 2 years ago, Malcolm, he meant the world to me. He was like a brother. After his heart disease and what he'd been through, he kept fighting just to keep going. But when he passed, that hurt me real bad. So now I have my crying moments, but dance it out just to keep my head high and still looking down on all of us, just to make memories and just remember the happy moments with them.
Definitely, we're making them proud, aren't we?
Like,
and we're gonna build a legacy.
Most definitely. It's going to be more bigger than anything that the world will never get.
And whether we know it or not, now we're starting. We're just in the beginning of making that legacy.
Well, now coming to you live from Rob, Breezy, and Whitney. We'll see you soon on part two of X Empire Live. Have a blessed, humble day.
Love y'all. So